Death couldn't hold him. Oh yeah, you know who that's about. Jesus. Pens. You know, St. Stephen talked about a spiritual pen that he could write. He said, I'm not going to put this in graven stone. I'm going to write this into their heads and their hearts and their souls. Isn't that cool? Anyway, Autopen is the topic. Autopen is what we're going to talk about just a little because I got bigger fish to fry. I wonder if USAID was using Autopen. So, you have this woman, okay, Lindy Lee. She looks Japanese. Lucky she's not Chinese. I don't know if she is. But anyway. Lee, she might actually be Chinese. Oh, shit. Anyway, supposed Democrat whistleblower, supposedly, right, says during Biden's 4 years. But see, the thing is, Biden was dead after about a year of that. And that was Joe Biden's stunt double, the Biden, as God calls him in quotes. The Biden. Yeah, I want to get down to who's these Illuminati fraudsters that surround people and give them fake paperwork and commit fraud. And even when somebody dies, they try to pretend that guy's still alive. That's why I got that Weekend at Biden shirt. I was joking about that when we were down there when the cocaine was found in the White House walls. I was down there with my dogs. And we were out there, and I said, this is so awkward. I was like, this is like Weekend at Bernie's, like Weekend at Biden's, because I know he's dead. All right, and he was dead most of that presidency. Okay. So you got cabal, she says, cabal of unelected presidents, including Jill Biden and a, quote, secret group of hacks, quote, wielding the Autopen. So okay, all right, and then she lists, she goes, now I will name the names, Jill Biden, Steve Ricchetti, Mike Donelman, Anita Dunn, Anthony Bernal, Jeff Zients. Okay, but another guy adds Elizabeth Warren and then calls out Kamala. Then another person says something like clean. Another person mentions Hunter Biden's and the Biden's press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, and James Comer lists some names also. Something Ian Sams says, first step is bring these lower level employees in. Okay. A group of aides somebody also says there's a group of aides that would intercept all the communications to Biden, or the Biden, okay? But what I'm asking is what God said, again, a long time ago. Obama running it from the basement like a puppet, running Biden and the Biden or whatever, and then Obama's boss, because Biden's boss was Obama, Barry Santoro, the hack loser, scumbag crackhead with the gray, crack lips. And then Chuck Schumer, his boss, Barry Santoro's boss, Chuck Schumer. Okay, Obama should have no special protection. Well, remember P. Diddy in prison? Oh, I got 40, whatever, 44 on my side. Or 46, or whatever, 44, right? Trump's 45 and 47, should have been 46. The thing is, 44, P. Diddy bragging, oh yeah, I got 44 on my side. P. Diddy's not getting out of there, we all know that. Shit's hit the fan for these people. Remember in the Bible it says it'll be a disaster for the devil. Alright? That's whose side these people are on. I'm not liking any of this shit. These people are scumbags. But anyway, where nobody in all these things, all these clips, all these people, oh yeah, we got so much to say. Bring in the lower level employees first. Well, Biden's already been dead for years, okay? And lower level employees, bring in Chuck Schumer, bring in the bigger ones, bring in Obama and Chuck Schumer, his boss. Let's find out what that's about. Why is nobody mentioning Chuck Schumer very much lately? I saw Trump was dealing with a couple of things publicly, a couple of little things I happened to catch, but I mean, these people, here's why we're talking about treason. Treason, you could be death sentenced or 5 years in prison. They all need to be put. Even this group of aides who was doing all the communicating between these little oligarchs of hacks and losers and doctors. Again, with these people's crooked sciences and the CIA and all these doctors, death merchants. Like God and Jesus call them, they're death merchants and a death racket. And they always cast evil to report on you. Oh, the diagnosis. Science is limited. God is more. Much, much more. Death couldn't hold them. All right. Praise the Lord. Fuck you, Schumer. You're still a bitch nigger. Remember that song? Schumer. Still a bitch nigger.